Hello, and welcome to Channel 8 News. I am your anchor, Emily Westerfeld. Tonight, topping in news, Vicodin, the silent killer. With street names such as Vike, Vic, and even Watson 387, Vicodin is a combination of hydrocodone and opiate, and acetaminophen. Vicodin blocks pain receptors in the brain, thus inducing a state of euphoria, making you feel pain-free. This drug is commonly used for invasive surgery such as knee surgeries, hip surgeries, basically anything that can cause you a lot of pain. Thus being why it is so effective yet addictive. That state of euphoria that is often induced is what makes this drug so addictive. And when you become addicted, you require more and more pills. An average addict, in fact, will consume anywhere between 20 to 40 pills a day. And a regular prescription dose is typically 1 pill every 4 hours. Imagine taking 20 pills every day. That's more than need to be. Signs of Vicodin abuse include drowsiness and obsession with obtaining Vicodin, extreme anxiety and paranoia, severe mood swings, intense nausea and vomiting. And by that, it is often said that the nausea and vomiting is so intense you can't eat nor drink, oftentimes inducing a state of dehydration. Now, Vicodin addicts, because of their severe obsession, will do anything and everything to obtain these pills. They forget about their family, their morals, their values. Nothing matters but that euphoric high. Now, with Vicodin abuse, there are both short-term and long-term effects. The short-term effects include itching, swelling, weakness, dizziness, vomiting, dehydration. The long-term effects can be as severe as liver damage, liver failure, jaundice, and urinary system problems. Now, the reason the liver is so heavily affected with Vicodin abuse is because, well, an addict takes so many pills, and all of those pills do nothing but damage the liver. Along with being a liver damager, it also depresses your central nervous system, thus being why it blocks the pain receptors. The central nervous system is depressed, thus meaning it decreases the heart rate, decreases the respiratory rate. Basically, if you do overdose, you overdose from a very low, almost non-existent heartbeat and barely being able to catch your breath. Think about that. You're sitting there, high out of your mind, and you feel your heart rate gets slower and slower and slower. Your breathing becomes harder and harder and harder. Is that the way you really want to die? Because you can overdose on Vicodin, and that's how you do it. You just slowly fade away. Did you know that hydrocodone, the main element in Vicodin, is the most frequently prescribed opiate in the country, with over 139 million prescriptions filled in 2010. All of the prescriptions prescribed containing hydrocodone, Vicodin is the most common. 2 million Americans suffer from Vicodin abuse and Vicodin addiction. 2 million. 2008, a study from the University of Michigan found that 1 in every 10 teens experiments with Vicodin. So, according to the Huffington Post, there was a clothing company who released t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and sweatshirts with the names of various abused prescription drugs on the back, such as Adderall, Vicodin, and even hydrocodone. But on the back below the prescription name, there was a number. Vicodin, it was 78. Now, can you guess what that number represents? The number of deaths that have been reported so far in America from Vicodin overdose. But the publicity of Vicodin doesn't stop there. A famous TV show that went off the air a few years ago, House MD, showed the main character, Dr. Gregory House, as a Vicodin abuser. Now, granted, he had surgery in the show, knee surgery. It was prescribed Vicodin, and it only started there. He started taking more and more and more. And in the episodes, you can see Dr. House popping numerous pills an episode. Clearly, Vicodin is not a nice drug. I mean, think of how House would act on the show. He would have the worst bedside manner, would be incredibly paranoid, in your face, rude, and was not a pleasant person. Is that what you want for yourself? Do you want to be Dr. House? No, I don't think you do. So this is why you should not abuse Vicodin. It depresses your nervous system and makes you someone who you're not. A monster. Well, that concludes our report for Channel 8 News. I am Emily Westerfeld signing off. Have a nice night.